Welcome to Holguin. I'll be your guide throughout the journey. Make yourself comfortable. The journey begins. Under the radiant sun of southern Holguin, a strip of asphalt cuts through the tropical green. Frank Pace International Airport emerges, proud and serene, surrounded by hills and palms. It's here that every Cuban adventure begins or ends. Passengers step down onto the tarmac, greeted by warmth and the scent of the Cuban breeze. Holguin welcomes them with simplicity without pretense. Here, every arrival is a smile, every departure a memory. Named after revolutionary hero Frank Pace Garcia, this airport links Cuba's heart to the world. Canada, Europe, the United States, bridges between cultures. Inside, the aroma of coffee and cigars blends with laughter and conversations. Frank Pace Airport isn't just a crossing point. It's an emotion, a mark left by the journey itself. Holguin breathes again. The journey has only just begun. Holguin, they call it the city of parks. From above, its public squares appear like green oases scattered through the city. Each park tells a story. Every bench holds a memory of a conversation, a laugh, or a first glance. At the city's heart, Calixto Garcia Park beats like a living heart. Beneath the old trees, people talk, play dominoes, and remake the world in small conversations. Here, time slows down, caught between shadow and light. The terraces overflow with quiet energy. Waiters greet regulars by name. Musicians improvise a few notes. It's an ordinary scene, and yet it captures the very soul of Cuba. Simple, authentic, and generous. At the city's heart, Calixto Garcia Park beats like a living heart. Beneath the old trees, people talk, play dominoes, and remake the world in small conversations. Time slows down, caught between shadow and light. As the sun sets over Holguin, the parks turn golden, mirrors of nostalgia and peace. Locals sit, talk, dream for a while before night falls. In this gentle light, you understand why they call it the city of parks. From the shade of the parks to the breath of the sea. The road from Holguin now leads to Guardalavaca, where land opens into horizon and light. At the first light of day, Holguin slowly awakens. Shutters open, the scent of coffee drifts through the cobblestone streets. Smiles are spontaneous, gestures simple. Here, everything feels genuine, real. In the markets, life bursts with colors and sounds. Vendors call out with energy, while visitors linger before handmade crafts and paintings. It's a daily dance, where economy and culture move together in rhythm. The neighborhoods of Holguin tell the story of the real Cuba. Not the postcard one, but the one made of families, voices, and shared laughter. Every faded wall, every half-open door breathes human warmth. Music is never far away. It rises from every corner, carried by a smile, a gesture, a feeling. In Holguin, music is a universal language, the language of the heart. Daylight slowly fades over Holguin. The noise softens, the streets grow quiet, yet the city stays alive in its sounds, its faces, its memories. It's this simple, genuine humanity that makes Holguin so beautiful. And beyond the city, the mountains rise. Wild, silent, untouched landscapes. Next comes the Sierra Cristal, the green heart of Holguin. The road slowly leaves Holguin behind. Houses fade away, replaced by forest. Here begins another world. The world of Sierra Cristal, a sanctuary of silence and nature. The trees stand tall, silent guardians of time. Rivers wind through the rocks, shimmering with emerald reflections. Everything here breathes purity, balance, and untouched life. Sierra Cristal shelters a unique wildlife, often unseen, always present. You hear more than you see. The beat of wings, a distant call, an echo in the valley. It's a natural symphony without a conductor. From the summit, the view stretches endlessly. The hills roll like waves of green. In the silence, you feel Cuba's quiet strength, wild, beautiful, untamed. At dusk, Sierra Cristal falls asleep under amber and golden light. The wind fades, the forest breathes, the earth rests. It's an invitation to silence, a return to what truly matters. And when the road descends, life resumes its normal course. Next stop, Guardalavaca with its eternal colors. Beautiful hotels, beautiful beaches, beautiful girls. Just a few kilometers from Holguin, the road opens to paradise, Guardalavaca. Crystal clear waters, endless beaches, and a light so blue it feels unreal. Here, the sea tells its own stories to those who take the time to listen. Along the shore, life moves slowly. Families gather, children laugh, fishermen mend their nets. Guardalavaca is more than a postcard. It's a living place full of laughter and connection. Hotels line the beach, quiet, almost invisible beside so much beauty. Visitors come from around the world, yet here, everyone slows down. It's a place where time melts into light. As the sun sinks below the horizon, Guardalavaca glows in golden light. The waves turn amber, the shadows grow long. A peaceful silence settles in. It's the gentle breath of Cuba falling asleep. But beyond the beaches and the palm trees lies another face of Holguin. A lively, colorful, beating heart, its local life. Along the turquoise coast of Guardalavaca, hotels blend seamlessly into the landscape. Palm trees, white sand, and terracotta roofs create a perfect harmony between nature and architecture. Here, every stay begins with a promise of calm and of light. In major resorts like Grand Muthu Almirante Beach, Paradisus Rio de Oro, Brisas Guardalavaca, or Playa Pesquero, Cuban hospitality finds its true meaning. Staff welcome every guest as part of the family. The atmosphere feels both refined and relaxed. Not showy, but full of soul. Here, time moves differently, to the rhythm of waves and smiles. Days flow between swims, music, and conversations in the shade of palm trees. Guardalavaca is not just a place to rest, but to reconnect with yourself. In Holguin City, hotels reveal another side of travel. The Hotel Pernick, spacious and lively, welcomes both business travelers and local families. Meanwhile, the Caballeriza Boutique Hotel in the historic center enchants visitors with its colonial charm and intimate feel. As night falls, Guardalavaca's hotels light up softly. Dinner is served facing the sea, accompanied by guitar and gentle song. Here, luxury is not in the walls, it's in the moments. From sea to mountains, from parks to streets, Holguin has 1,000 faces, but they all tell the same story of an island generous, open, unforgettable. On Cuba's eastern coast, between turquoise waters and lush green hills, lies a hidden gem, Brisas Guardalavaca Resort in the province of Holguin. Here, everything begins with a gentle breeze, the scent of the ocean and tropical flowers, and that unmistakable feeling of freedom. The start of a perfect holiday. Facing the sea, the resort opens onto a white sand beach that seems endless. The water is crystal clear, perfect for swimming, snorkeling, or simply floating beneath the Cuban sun. Walk for hours on the warm sand, cocktail in hand, surrounded by the rhythm of the waves and the warmth of Cuban smiles. At Brisas Guardalavaca, everything is included. From abundant breakfasts to a la carte dinners, from Cuban grill favorites to international cuisine, every meal becomes a journey through flavors and joy. The hotel offers two distinct experiences. The main building, lively and festive, and the garden villas, peaceful and intimate, perfect for those who seek serenity. From your balcony, you'll hear birds singing, watch golden sunsets, and feel the whisper of the sea just beyond the trees. When night falls, the magic continues. Shows, live music, laughter, dancing. Brisas is a celebration of life, color, and the welcoming soul of Cuba. Families find happiness, couples find romance, and solo travelers find freedom in new friends. Here, time slows down. The sun warms your skin, smiles are genuine, and every day begins with the same promise: to live fully and simply. Welcome to Brisas Guardalavaca, where Cuba opens its arms and its heart. Cuba. The day rises one last time over Guardalavaca. The calm sea mirrors the promise of a memory that will last. A week here is more than a trip. It's a pause in time, a return to what matters most. Holguin passes by like a waking dream. Smiles, music, and landscapes intertwine in a mosaic of life. Every image carries emotion, every moment a hint of truth. On the road back, silence replaces words. You leave the sea, but not the warmth of the island. Holguin is not a place you forget. It stays within you, like an inner light. The journey ends like the final chord of a guitar. The light fades, but the memory keeps shining. Holguin, land of light, land of heart.